Hello, welcome to When the Smoke Clears. I am the Recovery Plug. What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good day today. My day started out pretty good, I guess. I would like to, I guess you know how to get my video started always with a moment of silence followed by this really prayer for the addict who still suffers. So, if you would please, a moment of silence. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. All right, well, let's get started here. Well, I would like to, I guess, start off just by, thanking everybody for watching the video podcast today. I really appreciate the support. I normally take a little time to ask for a comment, a thumbs up, or to join my podcast in subscribing. And I usually do this at the end of the video, but today I'm going to do it now to get that kind of let me see how the things work when I do it that way, because the only way to spread the message of recovery and positivity and spirituality is to share it with people, and that's what I'm doing through this video podcast, is to do my due diligence and service work to help other people by sharing what has helped me along the way to get to where I'm at today in the things that I do and the things that I've gone through. So that's why I share my stories. So at this time, if you would please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and please subscribe to my channel, because this is the only way that I can reach more people, is by having more subscribers. And the more that I share and the more that you share my channel, the more people that we can connect with and touch and hopefully help out in their journey of recovery and get them out of that world of darkness, whether it may be depression, sadness, anger, suicidal thoughts, depression, drug addiction, alcoholism, whatever it is. Hopefully that we can help somebody in that realm to get into this realm of positivity and recovery and spirituality. So so if you would please, all you got to do is touch that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing. You just know that when you do touch that subscribe button, you'll be helping out another person that's dealing with those types of neurological brain disorders, and you'll be helping out another homeless person, another veteran like myself, and I deal with all of those types of things. So just know that you'll be helping someone out like that, and I really appreciate the help and the support. Thank you very much. But what I like to do today is I like to talk about the topic of meditation in my life, and how I use meditation in my journey of recovery and just in everyday life, and how that it could possibly help you reach new boundaries. You know what I mean? New and healthy boundaries, and maybe help you attain goals and stuff like that, and just overall living better spiritually and mentally. And meditation is something that has been practiced, thousands and thousands of years, right? I mean, we're talking back from you're talking about back as far back as I can remember, and the researches that I do. It's been in existence since like the Pythagoras and Plato and Socrates, those types of people. And meditation used to be used just for the elite intellectual people, and they used to do this at like secretive, like society type things, and they didn't let the everyday person into these little meditative teams or societies that they had that would do this kind of stuff, because it was known to just be for like the intellectual and the high priest type people and you know, things like that, and people that were looked up to, you know what I mean, and wisdom, people with wisdom and those types of things. So, you know, I wanted to kind of get this little definition of what meditation is, and I, one of the places that I looked it up, and it said that meditation is the practice of concentrated focus upon sound, object of visualization, of breath, movement, and attention itself in order to increase awareness to the present moment, to reduce stress, promote relaxation, and enhance personal and spiritual growth. And, you know, it's in my journey in recovery, and when I was in addiction, and when I was dealing with you know, anger, depression, childhood traumatic experiences, and those types of things, you know, when I started meditating, and I've been meditating for a while. I've got introduced to meditation. It's been many years back, but you know, I used to just think of meditation, you know, as just this quiet time in a sense, and I didn't look beyond that. It was just this quiet time to relax my body, to just, you know, kind of just as a stress reliever in a sense. And not until recently have I actually started meditating in a different perspective, and that is in the perspective of mentally thinking and mentally acknowledging things and sounds and waves of vibration and feelings, connecting feelings that I have in my heart to the mental thoughts in my brain, and try to feel the energy through that, and to do visualization, like it said that I started doing picture boards. You know, there's another name for them. I don't quite remember the name that they gave it, but it's it's just like, it could be anything as putting Post-it notes up, or you know, an actual piece of construction paper with different pictures of things that you're trying to attain, and or just every day on a repetitive basis, just changing the mindset that you have, and changing the mindset to things that are attainable. You know what I mean? Because it's one thing to wish I had $1 million, but just wishing it every day is not going to bring you the $1 million. You know what I mean? Wishing it into existence and channeling your energy and your focus into doing something that's going to get you the $1 million a day is how you're going to get it. You know what I'm saying? So, in other words, it's not only mentally preparing your mind and making that the foundation of your groundwork to moving forward in a positive way in your life. And for me personally, in my in the things that I was dealing with, especially in my addiction, it was exactly that. I had to it started becoming a ritual in a sense for myself. Now, I don't know if ritual is the right word, but it's something that I would do on a repetitive basis. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't think negative thoughts. I wouldn't bring negative energies into my life. And the way to do that was by by bringing positive energies, by bringing positive thoughts, by bringing, anything that I was going to do had to be a positive thing. And I did this on a repetitious basis, and I would meditate to that. You know what I mean? That's how I would meditate. I would meditate. I meditate. That's how I do it now. I meditate to where I want to feel every inch of negativity in my body, whether it's pain, whether it's muscle growth, whatever it is in my physical being, that it becomes a positive and healthy thing. So I have to. It starts with that for me personally, and so I drink a lot of water. Water is a key thing in my diet, and I try to eat and drink as much healthy things as I can. And it's hard, you know what I mean. I'm not perfect by any means, but that's where it starts for me, and so I in turn feed myself that kind of stuff. Then I feed myself information, healthy information, in the sense of reading books and listening to positive, encouraging people, whether it's sermons of different pastors, or if it's shamans, or if it's, looking at people's podcasts and, doctors and different, people, that have intellect in the well-being of humanity, you know what I mean? And people that have gone through adversities in the form of drug addiction. I like to listen to a bunch of people's podcasts on that, and read their books and that sort of thing, and then reading on different types of meditation and different types of 12-step programs, all of those types of intellectual things that I can gather and feed my brain. These positive things like that is the same thing as feeding my body the nutrients that it needs to be healthy. And in turn there, I do the exercise, like, physical exercise, and I meditate. And that meditation, when I incorporate all these positive things in my life, when I'm meditating, it almost like molds itself into this one being. It's kind of weird how it works, but it works. You know what I mean? It works for me, and how that may work for you, it's going to be your personal journey, because we're different. You know what I mean? We go through similar but different things. You know what I'm saying? Your addiction is not going to be like my addiction. You know what I mean? Even though it can be the same DOC, drug of choice, or whatever, but just because you're doing it and I'm doing it doesn't mean that we have the same effect. Because your environment is different than mine, and the things that you're going through are totally different than the things I'm going through. So we're using it for two totally different reasons. You know what I'm saying? And so your meditation will be a totally different meditation than mine is. And, I'm just giving you the meditations that I do, the types of things that I incorporated in my meditation, and what I'm thinking when I do the meditation, because that's what works for me. You know what I mean? And it's weird because I did this last night, and it was, I woke up like at 3 o'clock, 3:20 in the morning or so, and I did meditation and prayer at that time. And it was, man, it gave me this weird feeling like I was actually close to my inner being and my higher power. The energy levels were just, the feeling of the energy that I could feel and hear and visualize in my mind and in my brain, and I could feel it in my fingers and in my hands and in my body, was just like 10 times more effective than when I do it like right as soon as I go to sleep, or right before I go to sleep, or right when I wake up. You know what I'm saying? It was, I don't know if it's because I was trying to think and understand that, and I don't know if it's because the energy levels of the universe at that particular time in my environment around here, that everybody's asleep. Everybody's asleep. Nobody's moving around, and the only energy levels you have is what's in the outside. You know, does that make any sense to anybody? You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, I'm thinking like, okay, I got more of the universe energy that I'm feeling at that particular time, because I don't have all these other beings soaking up that energy at that particular time because they're resting. I don't know if that makes sense to anybody, but that's just one of the theories that I have. You know what I mean? I don't know. It could be, you're talking a bunch of shit. Who knows? But that's just how I feel about it. And that's just my take on it. And so I had was listening to a podcast of C.S. Lewis, and he was talking about praying and meditating at those hours. And so I tried it, and man, it is. I could feel the difference. You believe it or not, it's weird how it works, but it works. You know what I mean? And I felt better. You know what I mean? Even though after I did my the meditation and everything, I could feel myself that I just knocked out. And when I woke up a few hours later, I feel pretty good. You know what I mean? I didn't feel just all, I don't know, just a weird, different way of how I felt when I woke up. But I think I'm gonna keep trying it like that for a little while and see how that works. And so that's the type of meditation that I do. I don't know if there's a name for it or what, but nonetheless, those are the types of things that my mind is thinking when I'm meditating. Is where I'm going with my sobriety, where I'm going with my recovery, where I'm going with my health, where I'm going with what I want to do in the near future, and what I want to do, with this podcast, with my education, with my health. All of those kind of things I'm incorporating into that meditation time, and asking in my higher power and just to align me with the energies to where I need to go. And yesterday, since I did it at that particular hour, the first time I ever did it at that hour, it was just I got this other totally different feeling, and it was a good feeling. I know it wasn't bad, and but I feel good. You know what I mean? So I figured I'd talk about it today, just to give people some insight on that, on how I meditate. You know what I mean? And because normally before last night, my meditation is meditating in the morning, doing a prayer and meditation in the morning when I get up, as soon as I get up, and I also do it right before I go to bed. And but this time I decided, and it just wasn't that I decided, it's just that I just happened to pop my head up at freaking 3 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, and it just hit me. It's like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it right now, again. So I did, and it was a pretty good feeling though. But I am just, you know what? It just makes me think that I'm grateful for being able to do something like that today, and not be caught up in the world of you would have caught me a year and a half, 2 years ago. I would have been at 3 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I would have been still, sitting there hitting the bowl. You know what I mean? Sitting there doing a lick or something like that or staying up, still selling drugs to somebody. And I'm, by the grace of God, that I'm glad that I'm not doing that. I'm glad that I'm able to be in my own home and not in the streets and not in all that chaotic world and just sit here in a positive place in my life and being able to share those adversities and those things that I do on a daily basis to keep myself in this realm of positivity and recovery and spirituality. So it's a good thing, and I'm just glad that I'm able to do that, and only I know that I can only be doing this through the help and the guidance of my higher power. And for me, that's God, that's Jesus Christ, that's my higher power. Wherever that higher power is for you, I hope that you're able to attain that same type of feeling and that same type of those same type of goals and mental states that help you to want to do better for yourself, number one, and to help others. It's just a great feeling. But I guess that's just going to be it for today's podcast, man, to today's video podcast. And I appreciate you guys, joining me again. If you can, please hit that subscribe button, man, and give me a thumbs up, give me a like. And just know that when you do that, you're helping out another veteran, another homeless person, another person dealing with PTSDs, another person dealing with childhood traumatic experiences, depression, anger, and sadness, and suicidal thoughts, and those types of neurological brain disorders, man. So please, I keep you guys in my prayers always. I appreciate every person out there that supports and watches my videos. And thank you very much for watching today. And I guess until the next time on When the Smoke Clears, I am the Recovery Plug.